Hello and welcome back to the channel. So this week we are back at Nürburgring Blast. So how do we choose these cars? So if you are a subscriber to the channel, you would have seen the posts that I post up asking you guys and girls which car you would like to see. And this car was the winner overwhelmingly. So this is the Ford Sierra Cosworth RS 500. So this is a titan of a car. So I remember this car most noticeably with black with the Texaco livery. I remember it's been the first ever Scalextric car that I ever saw. But this absolutely annihilated in touring cars all over the world. And this is a road going version. Interestingly enough, there is actually one of these for sale at the moment. Same year, 1987, going for 120 grand. Yes, that is a 1987 car. So built same year as me. Good vintage there, good vintage. But 120,000 Great British pounds. Wow. Anyways, this episode is also has a sponsor, and it's sponsored by me. You may have seen I actually have a second YouTube channel called Chewing the Apex. This is where we talk about F1 and motorsport in general over the last week or so. We'll try and do it a weekly one. So if you're interested, go along to there and subscribe. That would really help me out. And put down any questions, or if you want to be a guest on it, by all means, shoot me a message. So let's get to the lap. So we're going to take this car around the Nürburgring. So as Nürburgring Blast rules are no modifications, default setup, this is the road going car with 223 horsepowers and 1,207 kilos. So I'm not expecting scintillating pace, but rear wheel drive, turbocharged, and only comfort soft tyres. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. If you want to find out, tune in. Let's go for it. 3, 2, 1. Right, Ford Sierra RS 500 versus Nürburgring. This is a tricky car to master. That rear end is very lively. So we're on comfort soft tyres, so that's going to make it eventful. Right, into the first corner, back down to second from third, get the nose in and squeeze on the power. There we go. Used all the curb and a little bit of grass there. Right, down the hill we go. We're going to early shift to fourth. Just try and keep it in that little bit of camber there, and we can just get on the power. Oh, she's lively. There we go. That whale tail out the back of the car doesn't seem to do a lot for downforce, I have to say. Maybe in the higher speed things or in the race car it does, but on this car, at these kind of speeds that we're going around here at, it doesn't seem to control that rear end much. Right, that wasn't too bad through there though. Third gear, just using the torque of the turbocharged engine. There we go. 120 grand to buy one of these right now. That's a lot of money. Right, flat out towards Flungplatz. Up over the rise we go. And then we're just going to back off it a little bit, get the nose in, get back on the power. As you can feel when you get back on the power, the rear just starts loosening up. You can very much drive this car on the throttle. That's fifth, and that's top gear in this thing. So 1980s cars were no stranger to 5-gear gearboxes. Right, flat out, Schredenkreuz is not flat. Dab a brake, get the nose in, back on the power, rear end's going. Right, and hard on the brakes. All the way down through the gears. The third, a little bit of oversteer there. And again. Right, come on, power. Lost a little bit of time here. Right, this is probably going to be VMAX for this lap here, because we've got gravity with us. All the way up into fifth, through the foxholes. There we go. Flat out through the compression. And then back on the brakes. Trying to get close to the curb there. Didn't really manage it. Oh, she's sliding. Right, all the way down to second gear for the chicane. There we go. Using a bit of left foot braking there. Just a brake, but we could get back on the throttle just to keep that turbocharged engine going. Right, up through the gearbox, past the Rebel tree. Now this corner is tricky because these comfort soft tyres just don't have the adhesion that we need through corners like that. Fast corners, right. Down to third, get the nose in. Oh, she doesn't want to turn then. Right, abuse that curb because we can. And then hard on the brakes. Going to take second, just try and keep her in. There we go. This car has quite a bad ass. It's quite an unruly ass. Right, flat out through this section here. Just going to keep it in third, bump the limiter a little bit, dapper brakes, get the nose in, miss hit miss, back on the power, come on, turn, there we go. And we'll take fourth now. Right, into the slow section, down to third, and then down to fourth. Try and keep it nice and tight. She's washing wide. Right, power out. A lot of understeer there. Maybe just didn't shed enough speed. Right, flat out. Going to take fourth, and then going to be on the brakes early for here because we want to stay nice and close here. Don't want to put that rear end under too much strain. Right, little tiniest dab of brakes there. Want to keep minimal steering inputs there because if you put too much in, that rear end's going to come round, especially as you go up the hill there. Right, flat out towards a louder click kink. Just kiss the curb there. Right, now we're going to focus on the exit. All the way down to second, just to try and, got a bit too much wheel spin there. Wanted to be a bit smoother on the way out. Second gear is definitely a slidey gear in this car. I think this car, if you could just probably change to sport mediums or sport hards, and you'd probably pick up a lot of pace in this thing. I'd like to try a tuned version, so if anybody knows a good tune for this, like to make it a proper touring car, like, so I mean more power, a bit more aero, better tyres, better suspension, that would be a good fun one. Right, flat out up the hill we go towards Bravery corner. So we're just going to back out of this, get the nose in, and then back on the squeeze, the power. There we go. Didn't need to dab a brake, so that's good. Right, keep to the left, flat out. There we go. Right, down into the carousel section. Brakes are pretty good. Can be quite aggressive on the brakes. Whoa, that's that rear end again though. Right, flat out towards the carousel we go. Gonna get on the brake. We're gonna try and carry as much pace in second gear through here as possible. There we go, nice. Rev the nuts off it. Right, into the roller coaster section, the second half of the Nürburgring really. So this car should do quite well through here because we can be quite lenient with the curbs. Right, going uphill here. Dab a brake, down to third. Use that curb there, use and abuse. Up over the rise, get that nose in, and flat out towards Whifbitz. Nice, nice. Going to take fourth, and then just come off the throttle. There we go. Oh, a little bit of a slide as we went down to third. Gonna attack it through here. Might bump the limiter, not quite. Keep it nice and tight up over the rise. Don't want to run out too wide. And then downhill braking now. Keep it in third. Use the torque. There we go. Say hello to everybody hanging out at Brunchen. Hello, 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 hello. There's all the curb there. The actual corner of Brunchen here. And then on the power, nice and early. All rears started sliding. Right, second or third for this one. Gonna go second, get it in early, or kind of almost went the wet line through that corner then. Right, up over the rise. Will we get air down here? I don't think so. The car's quite heavy for a 1980s car. No, I don't think we did get air. Got a bit of understeer going into there though. Right, up over the rise, and then we'll take fourth. Right, Stefan Bell FS. Oh, the car got very floaty there. Oh, the rear end of this thing is lively AF. We won't take fifth. We'll take third through here. I think we'll take third through here as well. Right, worst two corners on the ring, but we're through them into the baby carousel. Gonna try second, just try and get us a good exit out of there. There we go, that's nice. Right, last corner before Dottinger, here we come. Gonna keep it in third, get the weight over the front tyres, trying to be careful with the front tyres. Comfort softs aren't cut out for serious pushing on them. Right, there we go. Right, on to Dottinger straight, so this is going to be quite a long straight for us. Will we get fifth? Looks like we will. Come on, what's that speed? What's that, 130 miles an hour? Come on. chilling down here really. Right, the last section, that's going to be lively, very lively. Past the Devil's Diner, wave, go get some pancakes, move over to the right side of the track. Try and make it nice, smooth through here. There we go, easy now. Right, flat out through here. Will the tyres allow it? No, just don't have the grip. Whoa, that was a struggle to get the car slowed down through there. Almost going to be all crossed up. Right, last corner, a little bit wide. Power, come on. Up to third. There's a line. There we go. Right, and across we go. Whoa, that was a lively lap. So let's see what kind of time this car did then. 8 minutes 23, so my prediction was at 8:30, so it wasn't far off. It was actually a bit faster than I was expecting. I think a bit faster than the Nissan Silvia that went round. Let's find out, in fact. In fact, look at that. That is actually only 1/10 faster than the Nissan Silvia. So similar sort of car, similar sort of power, rear-wheel drive manual cars. So they actually lined up quite similar.
5 minutes later.
They actually lined up almost the same. And that's quite interesting because the Silvia definitely felt like almost like a live rear axle, whereas both wheels would kind of lock up at the same time under load, whereas the Sierra RS500 felt like more with it there, but definitely had a floaty rear end. Like it just felt like almost the rear end had lift on there. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, smash a thumbs up. Muchly appreciated. If you didn't, perfectly fine. Put it in the comments down below how I can do it better. Until the next time, goodbye.